Hello everyone and welcome back to English with Lucy. Today I am going to talk to you about my 5 tips for achieving fluency in English. I know this is a topic that lots of you are interested in. It does depend on what fluency means to you. Different people will feel fluent at different stages, so you've got to define that for yourself. But I'm going to offer you my advice today, and hopefully it will be a learning experience in itself. I've created a free PDF that goes along with this lesson. It's got the full transcript plus key vocabulary that I have used throughout the lesson. If you'd like to download that, click on the link in the description box. You enter your name and your email address. You sign up to my email list. I send the PDF directly to your inbox, and then from this week onwards, you automatically will receive my lesson PDFs for free. It's a free service, along with all of my information, offers, and course updates. Let's get started with the lesson. My first tip is possibly the most important one. It is do not expect miracles. There are a lot of products out there at the moment that promote becoming fluent in 30 days. I even saw a video the other day promising fluency in a week. You've got to be realistic. Before you do anything else, before you progress with your fluency journey, get that idea out of your head. Fluency is a marathon, not a sprint. It's absolutely fine to sprint towards certain goals, but make sure they are achievable goals. Otherwise, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Having learnt 2 foreign languages myself, I can understand completely how frustrating it is and how much pressure there is to get to a certain level quickly or to pass a certain exam before a certain date. Not everyone out there is a lingua genius. Try and understand your own abilities and your own pace of learning and set realistic goals around that. I ended up learning Spanish really quickly because I had the golden opportunity of going over there and living with a Spanish family and having a Spanish partner. When I went to learn Italian afterwards, I was disappointed because I learnt it much more slowly and I didn't find it easy to get to a high level. I had to realise it's not me, it's my situation. So I set realistic goals around it and I ended up doing really well in my Italian modules at university. Now, it's often said that in order to achieve fluency, you have to focus on immersion. You have to immerse yourself in the language. That's not always an option for many people in the world. Instead, I like to think of it as make fluency a lifestyle choice. Do as much as you can to immerse yourself in the language, but also accept that it's not always possible, especially in a pandemic, to travel over to a country, give up your work, leave your family and spend 2 months there to get fluent. It's easy to compare yourself with other people. For example, I always tell the story about how I learnt Spanish, and it's frustrating for other people to hear, oh, you got fluent because you lived in Spain. So of course you did. Well, what am I going to do? The reality is that before going to Spain, I completely immersed myself in Spanish whilst living in England. It was my lifestyle change. I was so passionate about learning the language that I thought about it a lot of the time. Spanish music, I listened to music, I watched TV shows, films, I tried to speak with other speakers of Spanish. I tried to meet as many Spanish people as I possibly could, and I spoke to them via WhatsApp, via voice notes. I did everything I could to immerse myself remotely. One thing that I really like to get my students to focus on is trying to think in English. Take some time each day to really talk to yourself out loud or in your head in that language. No translating. Stop translating in your head. Think in English, or at least try. For me, that was really the key to becoming fluent. You may even find yourself developing an additional personality in that second language. This happened to me in Spanish. I've got English Lucy in my head and I've got Spanish Lucy in my head. We have different senses of humour. We play with words and language in different ways, and I am so happy with that. It's really cool to discover that new part of yourself, but you can only do that by really trying to make it part of your lifestyle. Tip number 4 is examine unique characteristics of the language you're learning, English. It's fairly easy to learn the basics, especially if you can translate to and from your mother tongue. However, what really makes the difference when it comes to achieving fluency is learning things like phrasal verbs, idioms, humour. Really try and focus on those parts of the language. Admittedly, they're the most difficult parts to learn, and that's why many people don't achieve fluency. Phrasal verbs and idioms are particularly difficult because there are no real rules. You have to learn them as you go. The best technique I can think of is learning them in context. If you are interested in improving your phrasal verbs in English, I could always look into developing something to help you, so let me know if you'd be interested in that. In the meantime, I have got lots and lots of videos on phrasal verbs and on idioms as well. I have a place in my heart for idioms. I absolutely love them in both English and other languages. My last tip is focus on pronunciation, and in particular, I would say focus on pronunciation over grammar. I'm a pronunciation nerd. I've never had too much time for grammar. This is my personal view. I'm sure lots of teachers may not agree with this, but I think one of the most important things is being able to be understood. It's not about losing your accent. It's about pronouncing each sound correctly so that it's clear. That's why in all of my vocabulary videos, I always add the phonetic transcription. If you do not know how to use the phonetic transcription, I really recommend that you familiarise yourself with it. I have created a tool on my website, it's free to use, englishwithlucy.co.uk. I've created the phonemic chart. It's got all of the sounds that we use in modern RP, and you can click on each phoneme and hear me pronounce it. And I've also got some words containing each phoneme, and you can click on those too and hear me say them.
E, no, air.
Learn how to use these IPA transcriptions because they will transform the way you learn pronunciation. Once you have mastered each sound in English, you'll be able to put them together and pronounce things in a much clearer way. If you're really interested in learning how to produce each sound, then I also have my pronunciation course. All the information for that is in the description box, but it's very thorough. Right, that's it for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it motivated you slightly. If you'd like to download the free PDF that goes with this lesson, it's got the full transcript and I've picked out the key vocab as well. All you've got to do is click on the link in the description box, enter your name and your email address. You then sign up to my mailing list, and every week you will then receive my PDFs automatically for free, plus all of my news, updates and offers. If you'd like to improve your listening skills and your vocabulary even further, then you can try watching some of the videos on my vlogging channel, where I vlog my life here on a farm in the English countryside. All of the vlogs are made with you in mind. They are all fully subtitled, so you can pick out that vocabulary. Don't forget to connect with me on all of my social media. I've got my Instagram, my Facebook and my website, englishwithlucy.co.uk. I will see you soon for another lesson. Mwah. It's nearly 9. I'm dying. It's just too hot to film in the day. Is this on? Yeah, oh, it's about to go out of battery at some point. Let's get on with it. And pronounce things in a much more clear way. In a much clearer way. Hello everyone and welcome back. Oh, I need to slow down.